We're back now with the results of that major Supreme Court race in Wisconsin we've been following. Liberal-leaning Judge Janet beat out her conservative opponent, former Supreme Court Justice Daniel Kelly.
Yeah, this has been one of the most closely watched and expensive elections of the year, and it flips the balance of power in that court. Now, for the first time in 15 years, it's the liberals who have control. NBC News correspondent Shaquille Brewster has been following this race. He joins us now from Milwaukee with more on this.
That's right. Good morning, Shaq. So first, can you just tell us what happened? Because I know Daniel Kelly did not exactly concede in a typical or quiet manner, did he?
No, not at all. And I also confirmed from the Protasiewicz campaign that she did not receive a call after this really intense campaign that we saw. It was a contentious and vicious campaign. And yes, you mentioned Daniel Kelly did not go out quietly. This is one that resulted in liberals winning the Supreme Court for the first time in 15 years. And I want you to listen to what we heard from the conservative candidate and his reaction to that.
I do not have a worthy opponent to which I can concede. This was the most deeply deceitful, dishonorable, despicable campaign I have ever seen run for the courts. It was truly beneath contempt. My opponent is a serial liar, and this is the future that we have to look forward to in Wisconsin.
And that was not it. I want you to pull up what he ended his speech, how he ended his speech. It was with this biting quote. He said, "I wish Wisconsin the best of luck. I think it will need it." So definitely did not go out quietly after that contentious and record spending in this Supreme Court battle.
Some strong words there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Shaq, you've been talking to people there about these issues. Based on what you've heard, is this outcome, was this a surprise to folks?
It was somewhat of a surprise for sure. I mean, there was no polling coming into this race, no public polling at least. There were some leaked internal polls that showed this race within the margin of error. But for this to be about a 10-point victory in this tight battleground state, yes, that was definitely surprising. And you kind of sense that from Janet Protasiewicz, who actually was out off the campaign trail the past couple of days because she was sick. You could tell she was feeling much better after last night. Listen to a little bit of her victory speech.
Wisconsin voters have made their voices heard. Yes. They've chosen to reject partisan extremism in this state. Too many have tried to overturn the will of the people. Yep. Today's results show that Wisconsinites believe in democracy and the democratic process. Yeah.
This is a race that will have implications not just here in Wisconsin, but really throughout the country. And that was the message I heard a lot last night, that voters wanted this message to be sent across the country.
And Jack, briefly here, what does Wisconsin's now liberal-leaning court mean for the 2024 presidential election and also just the future of the state?
Well, it means that a lot of the divisions between the Democratic governor and the Republican legislature might end up being settled by this now liberal Supreme Court. So we're talking about things like abortion law, where abortions are essentially banned in the state of Wisconsin, redistricting, those exact lines for members of Congress and members of the legislature here. Also election rules when you look at 2024. So this will have implications not just immediate for Wisconsinites, but for people all across the country.
Shaquille Brewster, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.